Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
And I'm Chris.
And we're keeping you in the loop with the guitar community. Alright, this episode is brought to you by Stringjoy, makers of string and joy. They've been an awesome supporter of the show. Go support them, check them out. Because it's really cool. If you give them money, they send you really awesome strings. It's a pretty cool
Nice
deal.
how that works.
Yeah. So all my guitars have Stringjoy on them, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah. I actually gave away a set this weekend to the other guitarist that was in the band we're playing with. He typically uses 11, so I was like, here, try a 10.5 with a wound G. So hopefully he'll like them.
Yeah. Always worried about your friend's G strings. That's the important things. Yeah. So go check them out, stringjoy.com. Check out their Instagram. They've got pretty cool pics that they post quite a bit. And then, yeah. Let's see. So what's new, Chris? What you got that's new?
I don't think I personally got anything, but did you personally get anything?
Well, we both got something.
Oh, I was going to get to that in a second.
Oh, so like besides that?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I did. I don't know. This
If
whole
you
week
don't.
flew by. Yeah, if you don't remember,
If
you
don't know,
probably
you
didn't.
probably didn't.
No, I didn't. I think that's the only thing I got.
All right, so we both ended up getting the G7th
Performance 3.
Performance 3 capo.
Yeah. Oh, it was actually really cool because I posted today and like I had that little like kind of I'm cool hip moment in the guitar world because people were like, "Oh, get a Performance 2 capo." And I sat there, I was like, "Get a Performance 3. I love mine." And one guy's like, "How did you get one?" Because they're not like, I don't think they're like super released right now. They've been doing pre-orders and limited run stuff.
Actually?
What?
I'm curious. Like if they're actually like not out yet.
I don't think so. You go to sweetwater.com and see if you can order one.
That's what I'm looking at. Performance 2, 12 strings.
You'd see it at near the top if it was. I'm pretty sure.
Not out yet. Not even on for pre-order.
Yeah, so we actually got those in for review. Of course, that was I got them like right before the week where every song was in G. I'm just like, I was
Let
thinking,
me play in F shapes just for kicks.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. But I did get to mess around with it, and the cool thing is they're great on acoustic as well as electric, and the new technology that they've put in, and Chris and I were talking about it before the show started, is if you get a normal capo, if you get like a Kaiser or even a Performance G2 or G7, the Performance 2, or the NS capo from Diodario, however you pronounce it, if you run along the rubber pad that brings down to the goes down on the fretboard, there's no give really, but with these there's actually some give and it moves up, and it's supposed to help with like string buzz. It's supposed to give you even pressure along the fretboard. I mean, because most fretboards are not flat.
Yeah, most
of them have a radius to them, and that's one of the things that they really were working on, is trying to get that nice curve, and every fret or every neck has a different radius, or there's different variances. So it's pretty cool. I thought it worked great. I was playing, I watched The Umbrella Academy on Netflix. I'm finishing it tonight. And they've got a really cool soundtrack, and Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now is on there. And I was like, man, I want to play that song. So I got the capo and played it, and it was it held a nice even tuning across. And I think the way that the performance capos from G7 are made with the grip and everything, I think they're far superior to anything else.
Yeah, I definitely noticed it not being like, I was almost concerned because like I've never until now used a G7 performance capo. So when I first put it on during rehearsal, I was like, there's no way like this is tight enough.
Yeah.
Because you just like barely give it a squeeze and it's on, and it like you said, it stays in tune pretty well. Even though I like put new strings on, it was slightly out of whack. That was probably just because of the new strings. But other than that, it was a very good like first experience for me. I know you've had them before, so
Yeah, and
I
it's
don't have
really
anything to compare them to.
it's really one of my favorite capos, and I own like a ton of different brands of capos. I've got a Kaiser, I've got a Dunlop one that kind of, I've got a Dunlop one that's like a U shape that goes over it, which I understand most capos are kind of like that, but it's got like a grip to it, like a trigger grip. I don't know how you'd describe it, but and then I've got an NS capo from, which those were ones that I use more often for electric. I've got those from Diodario, and then I had a Performance G2. I've also got a Thalia capo, and the Performance 3 from G7 is probably my favorite. So go check that out, because they were really cool, and they let us get them early and get to play with them. So let's move on. So I guess that's kind of gear news. We talked about, actually, you know what? We talked about that before. So that was pretty cool. But G&L released a super versatile Dahoney V12 guitar. So what type of, is this like a Jaguar style?
I would not have an ad cover up the picture.
I was trying to sell me a Dodge Ram.
I'm trying to get a building blocks of WoW from GoBricks.com, and not a sponsor.
You're like, they're not a sponsor of us.
Jazz? No. Yeah, definitely Jaguar, because does have the trim, so it's got your basic Strat style trim. It looks like like just standard humbuckers to me.
Two humbuckers, yeah. The only
mini toggles?
In between, right? Yeah, mini toggles in between the volume and two-tone, or the volume and two-tone knobs.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I think it's cool, but it's like $1,700.
But aren't most G&Ls, are they all...
You know, the problem with G&L is a lot of their stuff, I understand they've got higher end stuff, so before someone goes on there and they're like, G&L makes more than just the cheap stuff you see on the Stupid Deal of the Day. That was my impersonation of whoever was going to do that. And if you happen to have paused it whenever I said that and went and typed it and now you're back, I hope you feel bad. But it's, the problem is G&L, in my opinion, has devalued themselves as a brand, just like Pigtronics has, and all these brands that are constantly on Stupid Deal of the Day. I think there was actually a post in the effects loop where I was like, or it was either me or Scott was like, who saw this coming? Because we talked about G&L being on there all the time, and the next day there was a G&L. It's like, I feel like they've kind of devalued the brand, but I know they make higher end stuff. But I have a feeling that they're going to be like, I don't know. I wonder if this is what the MSRP price is, or if that's going to be like street value.
I mean, I think they normally put MSRP in.
I don't know. But $16.99 for the Pharaoh Gold Fire Mist and $17.99 for an old school Tobacco Sunburst. I don't see that. I don't see it. I see that being like a $1,000 guitar.
Oh, it's a Caribbean rosewood fingerboard. So it's not just standard rosewood. It's from the Caribbean. So, exotic.
Do you say Caribbean all the time, or do you ever say Caribbean?
When it's just by itself, it's usually Caribbean. Or when I'm trying to be smart.
I didn't know. I was just wondering.
If we're talking like Pirates of the Caribbean, that's how you get it.
But yeah, because like, you never hear anyone ever call it like Pirates of the Caribbean, really?
Yeah.
Because if someone was to say it, you'd look at it and be like...
Now I'm feeling very self-conscious. I think I do say Caribbean, like, when it's on its own.
I feel like I say Caribbean whenever I'm talking about a vacation. Yeah. I'm talking about Caribbean whenever I don't, like, I'm not thinking of it in a positive light. That might be it. But if you were like, because I feel if you said Caribbean rosewood, I imagine like some guy with a Mai Tai in his hand saying, all right, man, let's go and get some wood for the guitar. I don't know why he's got a Jamaican accent. Oh my
From
gosh.
the office being like, actually,
Actually, it's Caribbean whenever it's the subject of a person. You're like, wait, no.
so when it's a verb, it's now a Caribbean.
What was the episode where they're like, I think Toby was in on it. He's like, when he's the subject of the verb, when they were talking about if it's, I think it's who or whom.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was the debate. Let's just.
You need to just do an
We're
Office
episode
podcast.
50. Let's watch the 50th episode of The Office, and we'll talk about it. We got 30 minutes left. All right, let's move on to. So we were arguing in the pre-app if we've talked about this, and I swear we mentioned this. So we talked about Joyo before, and I think we saw the picture of it on their like items site where they listed all the pedals, but we couldn't see what it was. They've actually announced the R09 Vision dual modulation. So it's got 2 modulations you can do at a time. Or it's got 18 total effects.
Yeah, I don't think any of
hold
them
on.
cross.
It
Like
says
they're
18
both
whopping
separate.
effects.
Whopping.
Whopping effects.
Did they use the word whopping?
Yes. Joyo has announced the Vision, an affordable dual channel modulation entry in its R series pedal line, which packs a whopping 18 effects. One pedal, one decision, one desire.
I really feel like they should have done this in the.
18 whopping effects. Sorry.
I feel like they should have done this in the Matthews Effects kind of layout, where
They had 4 switches. I don't know. You know
to where
what?
you had everything on each side. Like you have it to where you can do A into B, or it's actually a
You can.
parallel.
You can do parallel or in series.
Ooh.
And
Okay, but it'd be
there's-
nice
it's
to
4
be able to go.
It's 4 jacks. I wonder if it's 2 ins, 2 outs, and you can run them
Yeah,
independently.
I'm on the Joyo side. It's left, right for both.
So is it? Wait. Yeah.
So stereo.
Oh, there's a. I'm gonna click this advertisement and see where it takes me.
Oh no.
Sleep Number Bed,
goodness.
360 smarts.
Okay, so real quick.
Oh, 100 night trial. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. So it looks like there's like optimal trim, whatever SMCH is.
Small
low.
middle child.
Low, low bit, auto wah, analog flanger, phaser, octave, STUT, stutter.
A stutter effect.
That could be cool. If that's what that is.
guess.
Vibrato. On the other side, there's a mod phaser, chorus, whatever another STPH is.
Stereo phaser.
Oh, yeah, stereo phasers. That means this would PLG. Oh, FLG? So flange.
Flanger.
I can't read what this is. It looks like an A and D. I can't.
given
I
up.
have no idea. Yeah, and they're ROT. No idea. Trim. Lo-fi. I'm guessing. LOO-PH.
Looper.
It says
No.
No.
Loogie fur.
I don't know. And then a
Lucif-
tri-chorus.
Oh wait, hold on.
Both sides have tap tempo. That's pretty cool.
$89. That's actually like a really good deal.
Yeah.
And especially if most of these are gonna be oh no, that was Moore who stole everything. Never mind, I take that back, Joyo. You've been good to us.
Yeah, this would be pretty cool.
Matt, I wonder if they're coming up with an updated amp sims because
Aren't they all the Iron... Oh, wait, no, they do have the Iron Man series, and they have the
what Iron Man series?
like their version of mini pedals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, that could be cool if they revamped. Are we
The
going to
amp
see
sims.
like a Helix attempt?
Yeah,
From
didn't
them soon?
I thought they already did a multi effect.
No, that was
Newer.
Hot Tone.
Hot
newer.
hot one. Hoton.
Otone, whichever one it is.
Iriwababali kamshida.
What?
That's actually Korean. It actually means
Do you have any idea what you just said before
It
we
means-
get totally shut down?
no, it means like it's like hurry up, come here.
Okay.
It might honestly, my stepdad used to say it, and he was in Korea. It might mean get your ass over here. I have a feeling that might be what it means.
And now you just offended all of the non-cursing.
Listen, that's such a marginal group. I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty sure I made my pastor cuss before, so we're all good.
Good job.
All right, yeah. So enough about my sinning. Tech 21 unveils FRFR Furfur Power Engine Deuce Deluxe Cab for guitar and bass. So you know what? Out of all the companies that are gonna do an FRFR, which I know always gets called Duke, going, and I think Scott has feelings about it too. Tech 21's a company that I'd like to see do that, because
they had the only powered, power section only cab for a while, if I'm correct on that, the original power engine.
I don't know, maybe, but I really don't know that enough about that. But the thing is they make great quality sounding things. The fly rigs, man, I really would love to play with the fly rig one time. And look at the Sans amp. That is an industry standard for bass players. I would trust them with it. It'd be pretty cool. I wonder how much. Yeah. What's the price on it going to be?
This says
$645.
Yeah, which
That's
is
not horrible.
Kind of high.
Not horrible.
Yeah,
because
but you can go get a used first I don't know, edition, if you want to call it that, power engine for under $200, I think, if I remember right. Same concept, just probably not full range, full whatever.
Flat range.
Yeah,
flat range. Response. Full flat response range. Home on the range. But
home.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Kudos to you, Tech 21. Let's see. And you saw this one and freaked out a little bit. Well, not really freaked out, but you were like, oh, that's cool. The next thing on the list.
Oh, the Rockboard power supply?
Yeah.
Is that what I flipped out about? I don't know why.
You were like, oh, I don't know. That's why. I went full Andy.
Yeah, I was going to say thank you, Andy.
But yeah, you're the one who went that way. Yeah. All right, but it's a cool little power supply. The question is
it isolated?
Is it isolated? Look, let's see. It's a mains adapter. Those outputs aren't isolated. Oh, it's only $78 though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what kind of caught my eye, but then I was scrolling through Amazon and found out that Joyo actually had how many outputs did it have? 8? Or maybe 9 or 10. Output power supply, completely isolated, and had a USB out.
Wait, the Joyo one? I don't think
No, not the Joyo one that you always see. Apparently there's another series that nobody really knows about, that I just happened to find on Amazon.
Well, the only thing about that is I've just seen a lot of people, I just go with the power supply. I got a True Tone. Yeah. The only thing I have to say about people who get the non-isolated power supplies is, why not just get a daisy chain?
It makes them feel better about themselves.
I mean, that's all it really is.
Because this probably has a big ass brick that is attached to it.
Dang straight. Yeah. I say just get a one spot and call it a day. It's cheaper.
Oh, wait, can you actually link this? It's looking like this might be similar to how the Strymon stuff is laid out.
Where
you have the main in, and then you have an output that you can power the next power supply down the chain in.
Yeah.
That would help with I could see this for cable management, where you have one pedal or one actual power coming in from the wall, and then having your outs all semi neat and tidy. But I don't know, $80.
Oh,
throw in another $20 and get used PT2 or pedal power 2.
Yeah. You know what? Actually was pretty cool this week that I missed out on, and I'm bummed. The Valentine by Sterling in black was on the stupid deal of the day for $400.
Mm.
It makes me sad. But anywho, let's move on to the last thing on our news. And this is really cool. I can't believe I forgot about this because I was actually kind of excited about this. TC Electronics announced the Brainwaves pitch shifter.
Oh, you actually knew about this?
Yeah.
I found this like while I was
it.
scrolling through Sweetwater. I was like, I did not see that anywhere.
I think this was announced like maybe a month ago. It might have been a NAMM thing.
Oh.
But this was actually really cool because where they had the other one, which was kind of like a POG. What was that one called? I forgot.
Oh, shoot.
Is it down here in the weird, like, maybe you'd like this? Yeah, the Quintessence harmony pedal. That's what it is. This is more like like a whammy. It's got different octaves and voices. And the cool thing is with the mash, is you're taking away the whole footprint of the like having to use like an expression pedal.
Right.
Which is really cool. And it's got tone print, which is awesome.
Ooh.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it has got TP1. It's got 3 tone prints. So if it's got a whammy FX type, like, are we going to be able to, like, if we didn't want to run stereo, put a expression pedal into one of the jacks?
I would think. Here, let's see.
Oh, wait, or was it TC that... Oh, no, it is them with the mash button.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I wonder if you could. That would suck if you couldn't. Maybe that is a little bummer. Let's see.
And again, a lot of people don't necessarily need like a whammy function. They just need the actual pitch shifting. Like I could like this last weekend I used my whammy to just kind of add some top end to some stuff, and I could have very easily gotten away with a pitch shift as long as it like kept up.
I want a whammy pedal again.
I really needed a wah again this weekend, but I did not go buy one.
I like my wah. It's pretty good. I wonder if there's a whammy pedal on eBay.
Why eBay? Use Reverb.
Well, because I found some good cheap stuff people put on there.
So we finished up that. Scoot on over to the topic. Where is it? Okay, so Adam Rohrer, if we pronounce the name right. I think we're both confused. Suggested, in 10 years, do you think you'll own any of the gear that you currently have? If not, what will your rig look like?
Yeah.
You want me to go first if you're looking still?
Looking at what?
Looking at wah or whammies.
Oh, no. I'm actually in the middle of ordering my MJT. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
I'll go first then. I think as far as things I'd keep, I definitely keep the custom jazz bass that I parted together and did the custom glitter job on. What else do I have in my possession? I'll probably keep the Orange Sparkle Telly Deluxe too, and maybe the Billy Joe. It's because I feel like every time I've gotten rid of a junior and not had another junior coming, I've always missed having a junior.
Yeah. I've got to say I'm gonna definitely keep my SG. That thing's not going anywhere.
So wasn't yours like kind of limited edition or just hard to find because of the vibrato on it?
Well, they've been releasing that vibrato again, which is, I'd say that was probably what made my SG more rare. It's the original 2 series, and it was a limited edition. It was a 50s style, like it's got a thinner neck than most SGs, and it's got the Maestro Vibrola. And they've started doing that again, but it's also I feel so comfortable with that guitar. Is this the best way to put it? I was playing
Right.
this Sunday, and every week I play my SG. Every once in a while I'll go a week without it, but that's like my go-to guitar. I bring that as my only guitar, and I just enjoy myself with it. I probably, I'd I'd say the Firebird could go. I wouldn't like ever say I'm not doing that, but I think my Telly's gonna stay with me forever. I'm probably gonna have to replace the neck on it, but I'm just I don't think that's gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's see, amp wise, what do you think you'll be doing in 10 years?
I feel like I'll probably still be sitting on an AC30.
Because the Edge.
That's if I can actually still carry around an AC30 in 10 years.
Yeah.
Because I've got old man back already.
Gotta love some old man back. I've got to look through all these messages.
Then pedal wise, I'll probably still have and hopefully expanded on it, my collection of Ibanez 10 series pedals.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 3 currently. Then whenever I can get like a higher expendable budget, I definitely won't plan on getting more down the road. And hopefully actually being able to also buy another early 80s TS9 or TS like 808 just to have and like brag about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe get a Stevie Ray Vaughan's one that's probably still sitting at a Carter Vintage in Nashville.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I see myself having like the Kemper 2. That's about it. I don't know. The Kemper's really just been great on like relieving the want for a guitar, or not a guitar, a new amp.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just really cool. I mean, you get new profiles come out and you get a different sound. And it's so easy. It's better than lugging around a heavy amp and dealing with, oh, it's too loud. Can you turn it down? Da, 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 da. It's just, it's stress free. I have no, like, I know that it's going to be there. It's going to work. I'm ready to go. So that's where I see myself in 10 years. So, well,
That's it.
let's talk about what we see going on in the gear world in 10 years. Because it's only been 28 minutes.
That'd be fun. I don't know, I feel like we probably will end up down more of a like digital, like digital becoming more the norm. Because you got to think people in our generation and the generation after us are going to be, sadly, like, not to get a little too morbid, but replacing the older generation that's kind of all, oh, tube, solid state, meh, you know? So I feel like we're going to have a little bit more acceptance over digital effects, which is probably, to some people, might seem like a bad thing because you might lose that touch unless digital gets caught up really well, which, when did, how long has the Helix been out now? 3-4 years?
Something
And the
like
Kemper
that, yeah.
has been out probably a little longer than that. And Axe Effects way before that.
Yeah.
So you got to think these forerunners in that realm have come in such a long way in 5 to 10 years. Give it another 5 to 10 years, it'll probably be 100 times better. If I had to take a guess.
Yeah. I think that I think we're just going to move so much more into digital. Like it's really the wave of the future. It's where everything's going, and with what we can do with digital stuff nowadays is phenomenal, and programming new sounds and stuff like that. I also see in like 10 years I see like a kind of maybe another circle of people wanting certain styles coming out. I think there's going to be like a real weird I'd like to see in the next 10 years like a real thing for like crazy Russian guitars happen. Like just the weirdest thing.
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting.
I want to see that because I don't want to be a part of it. I just want to sit back and watch that. Just, like they're like, it's like if you like everyone started thinking like Jack Black. He's like, I just want to fight my guitar. I don't want it to play smooth or easy.
Jack Black or Jack White?
Which one did I say?
You said Jack Black.
Well, he could have said that too. But yeah,
correct us in the group if
it was Jack White. I don't. Whatever. Jack Black might say it, but yeah, I think that would be kind of interesting to see that happen. I don't know if it will though.
But the question would it be because I know Harmony isn't necessarily like Russian, but they still kind of have that like funk factor to them.
Yeah, it's like kind of like the weird like catalog guitars.
Yeah, like just you think I will actually see resurgence in those, or you think people are actually going to reach out and try to find, like, go buy that $20 K that you found on your local Craigslist that's been there for 6 years? Or do you think it'll be new?
I don't know.
You don't.
I'm sorry. Yes. I'm like, sorry. I had a phone call come through. I was kind of distracted for a second. I'm a horrible person.
I have to like have you shut your phone off during recording sessions.
I know. I'm sorry. All of you guys who sent money are not getting a refund. But I think it would be kind of interesting to see. I want to see like people do stupid stuff. Yeah. Like, you know, like kind of like the guy like who was sitting back whenever people were like wearing like Jinkos going, you're going to look really stupid in 10 years. I want to be that guy. Let's see. Too much eBay, not enough Melbay. So I was slightly confused, Stephen Conradi. And now I understand what you're saying. Is it
was I correct on it? Or is it something?
Well, I know what Melbay is. Melbay was like the company that made all the guitar books and the music books. They did a lot of that stuff. I'm guessing he's saying are people buying too much stuff instead of learning too much stuff? Because that makes
everybody has that argument though.
I was slightly confused because I was like, is this some sort of like old guy eBay that I don't know about?
It's Mel Gibson's.
Like, Mel Gibson. Get all your anti-Semitic items. Yeah, that was topical. I'm still mad at you, Mel Gibson, for the things you said. Anywho, Chris is just like, I don't care. I think I used to have an opinion on it, but I think I've gotten to the point where I really don't freaking care. If people want to spend stupid money and like blow it and they feel like it makes them a better player, I don't care, because when they do that, they're supporting companies of like people that I like. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome, because that means that my friends can make guitar stuff for a living and do what they love, and people will buy it. Do I think that the person who has like the Strymon Trinity is better than the guy who's running the Pod 80, like HD, whatever? No, I don't care. What if you can make it sound good? Make it sound good. Yeah. So I don't, and if I don't know, I think that we do, you know, some guitar players need to learn a little bit more music theory, but hell, I mean, what was the ongoing joke? Slash made his life off the he made millions of dollars off the pentatonic scale. Who cares? I don't know. I think I've become like not the cynical old man, but I've just become like the guy who's like over the gear world when people want to like snub. Because that's the stuff that like doesn't help the guitar world, is people getting like their nose turned up in the air. And my dog is barking like a madman. I hope that this doesn't get picked up.
I don't hear anything on my end from you.
Yeah. All right, cool. Anywho, I don't know. I would say that you can spend your time on eBay or Melbay and do whatever you want. You can buy a djembe. I just may get some hay, eat it down by the bay.
in a box with the fox.
Let's see. We could just like do like 7 topics on one episode. Keeping your guitars maintained on a budget.
Learn to do it yourself if you're really on that much of a budget.
If on a proper budget, you should be learning. Buy the tools. Watch some YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's all you don't have to get. If you're wanting just a basic knowledge, like adjusting saddles and like getting it intonated, like that's gonna be the easiest thing. If you're wanting to learn how to like file, like frets, crown them, whatever other terms there are, you might as well just pay I think my guy's only like $40-$50 and he'll do most of all that.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's
who's your worm guy? Just random. Let's see how many The Office references we can just sneak in. You're paying way too much for worms. Who's your worm guy? Yeah, that was a good. I think that would probably be my answer to that.
It's like learning that stuff. I feel like isn't too terrible. I don't think.
No. The main thing is because I'm not a person who's like super detail oriented. So I also know my limits. I think that's a big thing too. Knowing your limits and knowing what you're willing to risk. Are you willing to risk destroying that guitar that your grandfather brought back from World War II after killing the Nazis? Mm-hmm. No, you're probably not that skilled. I wouldn't do that. But are you skilled enough to like tighten or to adjust the neck on a Squier Bullet? Yeah, take the risk. It'll be okay. Or get a guitar for you to practice on. Find a cheap guitar and have fun. I mean, snap the truss rod. Who cares? If you get a $30 guitar, I say do that. Everyone ruins one guitar in their life. Just decide which one it's going to be for you.
I haven't done that.
You haven't ruined one guitar?
No.
All right, I've ruined like 10, so you can have one of mine.
This is why I just like let other people do it. That way I don't have to run that risk.
Yeah, but, well, and you always got to...
I also don't want to actually adjust like neck tension. Like stuff like that, I would really rather prefer somebody else do it.
Yeah,
unless I absolutely knew what I was doing.
That's true. I think it also depends on how much money you make. Because at some point, on a budget, you're going to have to figure something out. Or you can just play a really tough guitar and you'll be 7 years ahead of what I said's going to happen with Jack Black and the Apocalypse. So, let's see the last one. Pick 2 hosts from Guitar Podcast to fist fight. Go, Chris. He's like, no. He's like, no.
No, Clifton Worley.
Oh,
and
I like where this is going.
Steve Rao.
Steve Rao. Dang. The Battle of the Beards.
And they both lead worship too. That would be interesting. That would be a very, very interesting fight.
Okay, all right. So even though I asked the question, can they be on the same podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, who'd you say?
I said, can they be on the same podcast? All right, you know what? No, I don't want them on the same podcast. I was seeing if they could be. I want to see you and Phil fight. I feel like that'd just be interesting.
Yeah. Maybe oh shoot, what's his name?
I'm calling out Will LaHue. I know they recorded a podcast. Come on, Will.
Who's the Brian Gower? Is that his last name?
I don't know. Is he on the Tone Jerks?
Yeah. I just know his name is Brian. I can't remember.
I think
his
it
last
is.
name starts
Yeah.
with G. Maybe
Gower.
like him and I don't know, Paul Pennington or like Co Snyder.
I would never want to see Paul fight anyone. Paul seems his heart's too big to fight.
You would fight with love.
Ooh.
So maybe Paul and Co, because Co is a really chill guy too.
I want to see Blake Wyland and Ryan Burke. I feel like that would be epic.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have like a whole like fantasy league of podcast host fights. We'd have to they'd have to flip a coin or rock, paper, scissors to see who wins. All right. I know what we're doing at Summer NAMM.
Oh gosh.
Rock, paper, scissors fights. Yes.
I was going to say get a bouncy castle. Or maybe the sumo suits.
Oh my gosh, we could recreate the episode of The Office where Michael.
Yeah, so if anybody, any companies are going to Summer NAMM and want to sponsor a old American Gladiator of the guitar world, hit us up.
Oh my gosh, I want to be Blazer. I want that to be my American Gladiator name. I want to be Blazer. All right, that's it. I figured out what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it on Sunday. We're gonna get up in the morning like the Olympics. Everyone has to get up early.
Mm-hmm.
There's my dog barking again. Get him, Kylo. Yeah. All right. So, always end with a good fist fight. My mom told me. So, thanks for joining us.
Was your mom Dwight's mom?
If Dwight Schrute was my brother, I would not be upset. I'm still upset that they didn't do the spinoff of Dwight's family. It's kind of a bummer. You know they were setting that up whenever when his aunt died.
Oh. See, I didn't get in. Wait, was that season 10 or 9?
Yeah, that was it was the final season.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that was going to be the reason
the plan.
they did that. Huh.
Yeah, that's why they started introducing his sister and his brother and all that. Was they were going to do a spinoff about the Schrute farms. So, yeah, and now you guys learned something too.
I'm a little sad.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Now Rainn Wilson's just terrorizing children somewhere. Not really. He was in the movie The Rocker or whatever it was, but that's the last thing I really remember him in.
So do you think the reunion is going to happen?
I would hope so. I don't see why anyone wouldn't do it.
I don't know, because I feel like I've heard rumors of a couple of past cast members not wanting to jump back in and ruin a good thing.
I think the only person who would do that is Ryan, or the guy who played Ryan. Maybe it's just because Ryan was a douche.
But, he's also one of the like main producers, so he probably is a little more like connected to
but
it.
I think he was like, because he branched off and like, I mean, he was in Inglourious Bastards and all that, and I feel like he branched out and wouldn't want to go back. Yeah. I feel like he'd be one of the people that's like, I don't want to go back. I could see everyone else kind of wanting to do it. John Krasinski, I think, has said he wanted to do it.
Yeah, I think Jenna Fisher, I think, even said she would.
Yeah, I think she was like one of the main people to push it.
Yeah.
But all right. So this has been the Office podcast. Yeah. All right. So thanks for joining us. Leave us a review on iTunes. Follow us on Instagram at The Effects Loop. Go to our Facebook group. You can tell us how stupid I am. You can also vote on if Polynesian sauce or Zach's sauce is better. And the Lord knows Polynesian sauce is better. Go check out our YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, subscribe, and let's pump those numbers up so we can get a really cool URL. That's the only thing we're shooting for. Mm-hmm. If you have any ideas for topics or any cool things you want us to talk about in gear news, email us at theeffectsloop@gmail.com, and check out our Patreon, patreon.com/theeffectsloop. We got different tiers you can help support us. We're going to hit Summer NAMM up, and if we can get enough supporters, we're going to make Winter NAMM a thing. But that's one way, if you enjoy us, that you can support us or send us free crap. I don't think we'll ever I'll never get mad for free stuff. So
free month-old Chick-fil-A.
If it's got Polynesian sauce, I'll still go for it. Shout out again to G7th for sending us the Performance 3 capo. It's a fantastic capo. The main reason, we reached out to him was so we could review it, and it's it's one of those things that if you hear people talk about it, you might be interested, and we want to be able to give you a good idea of how we feel about it. And it's a really good capo. I think it's like $40 to $50.
Sounds right.
And it's worth it. I mean, I've played with Kaisers and they cause issues a lot of the time. I know a lot of people are fans of them. I personally didn't like them, but Chris, you can talk about how it was going and using the G7 for the first time. It's so much easier to use.
It really was. All you had to do was just like squeeze it down. Like you didn't have to worry about lining it up or anything. Just squeeze, done.
Yep.
I will say I switched guitars in the middle of a song that not in the middle of the song, but it's not as easy to grab off of another guitar that you just put down. So there's that little thing.
For what, the G7?
Yeah, the G7.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little awkward. But it's really I think once you get used to the way it goes, and actually the way this releases compared to the older models has more of a springy thing to it. Has more of a spring. So it's actually improved as well over the previous models. So, all right. Thanks for joining us. I'm Diaz.
And I'm Chris.
And we'll see you next time, guys.
See ya.